Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac. Quick show to the spirit. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Lord, and you brothers be edified. This is a classic but goodie video. I'm just going to play a little bit of it and just pick it up from there. But let's see, hold on. Slack.
Ever again. In the Northern Hemisphere during late December, the days are at their shortest lengths and the nights are at their longest. For those of the pagan world, this has always been the greatest time of the year to celebrate and practice the works of darkness. The pagan calendar identifies this period as the winter solstice. It was during the pre-Christian midwinter pagan celebrations of Scandinavia's Norsemen where today's Christmas traditions began. As a means of honoring the pagan sex and fertility god Yule, a 12-day celebration during the month of December was inaugurated. A large single log considered to be a phallic idol was lit on fire and kept burning for 12 days. Animal or human sacrifices were offered in the fire on each of those days. Wild, delirious reveling accompanied the daily sacrifices as drunken participants defiantly strove to make contact with spirits. 1,000 miles away in pre-Christian Rome.
I could look at the rest of it yourselves, but that's part of the main traditions of that particular day that just passed. And what makes this so significant, it was actually banned in America, like according to this this particular video. Something else that I saw too, that even in Europe it was banned for a long period of time. They said that the longest place that was banned was in Scotland, and they actually mentioned that the Puritans, the main reason why, because this tradition was nothing biblical about it. Okay, but yet America is that land. It doesn't matter if it's traditional, because America's technically Babylon the Great, and there's a reason why it's called Babylon the Great. Okay, not Babylon the Minor, the Great, because it takes everything from all tradition of all these failed empires in one place. And it carries out that spirit. Now today, what day is it? The 27th of December, when I'm doing this particular video. Because I was sick for the past couple. But as I went outside today, it's like a dead spirit out there. The spirit of America is truly ran down. Because everybody, as I'm walking, doing the thing I got to do, everybody's coughing, everybody's going through something, and that scare of this, that's out there, has everybody scared. All right, the fear of that, C to the 19er has everybody scared, despite, that traditional thing that they have. But it's all coming to an end, and that's the main thing. This hidden truth, this hidden knowledge, okay, that was been hidden for a long period of time, it's come to fruition. And people just do things just to do it. But this what sealed. This is one of the things that's sealing America's fate. All right. Get a couple of scriptures. I'll make this short. Matter of fact, I was gonna get this one. Colossians 2:8 says, "Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit." And this is a vain deceit. See, everything she just said, it was just that the log, the the tradition of with the log, it could be a human sacrifice, or which that's what they was doing, but they would transfer it to the log. Then you got the mistletoe. Then you have the gift giving. Then you have the Christmas tree, and show you that all these pagan holidays is really what dominates America. So America never been playing by the way it said it is, because you have what Ronald Reagan said, that the Bible is the law of the land. Well, that's not 100% true at all. America goes by the only God that it worship is Satan. So these vain deceits, these philosophies, it says, and after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world. And when you look up the word rudiments, it means elements of the world. And it says, and not after Yahweh Shai, Mashiach. Because the Lord said it the best. Matter of fact, let me get that. St. John's 14:30, sorry. Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh, and have nothing in me. So when the Lord made the statement, he knew exactly what he was going to leave, what was going to take over. And what was going to take over was Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And who Esau Edom is ran with, or who he's under? Satan. See, this world has nothing to do with the Lord. So all the traditional nonsense that they come up with is just of that. That's why the Lord was having so much resistance in the time that he came into the scene. Because a lot of traditions that our people was, the customs that they was keeping, was the customs of the other nations. And he had to bring back the remembrance of our true laws and statutes and commandments. All right. For another example, when the Lord himself, when Pontius Pilate had made a statement that they had a tradition that they was doing in, matter of fact, let me read that real quick. Matthew's 25th chapter. Was it 26? Matthew's 26, I believe it's 38. Let me see. Slakia. I didn't have this marked. Okay. All right. I know it was in 27. Well, it actually probably was 27. All right. Matthew's 27, sorry. 27th and 13. Then said Pontius unto him, Hearest thou not how many things that they witness against thee? And he answered him to never a word, and so much that the governor marveled greatly. Now at the feast, the governor was wont to release unto the people a prisoner whom they would. Now this is not part of our tradition. Okay? And it says, and they had then a notable prisoner called Barabbas. Therefore when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, Whom will whom will you, oh, sorry, whom will ye that I release unto you? Barabbas or Yahushua, which is called the anointed? For that he knew that for the envy they had delivered him. When he was set down on the judgment seat, his wife sent unto him, saying, Have thou nothing to do with that just man? For I have suffered many things this day in a dream because of him. But the chief elders persuaded the multitude that they should axe Barabbas and destroy Yahushua. The governor answered and said unto them, Whether of the twine will ye that release unto you? They said Barabbas. Pontius Pilate said unto them, What shall we do then with Yahushua, which is called Mashiach? Then all say unto him, Let him be crucified. I know this is the one, but there's the one specifically said that you have a tradition. But that's neither here nor there. So that in itself, that was not part of our tradition when it comes to, that's called the mock king. When you look that up, that goes into Merodach. All right. Matter of fact, this is why I said this in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 50, I believe it's 2. Right. Jeremiah, I'm going to start on 1. Jeremiah 50:1, it says, the word of the Lord spake against Babylon, against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye amongst the nations, and publish, and set up a standard, publish, make it public. That means, it says, and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded. Merodach is broken down. It's broken in pieces. Her idols is confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. Now, when you look up, I don't think it says it was the chief deity. All right, Merodach. It says the chief deity of the Babylonians in the time of Nebuchadnezzar. So that'd be the head. But if I'm not mistaken, that's it was an Assyrian king, which had the tradition of a mock king. So they'll take a prisoner. It'll be the king, and there'll be a prisoner, and the king himself will be like he's a whatchamacallit. Like he's poor, and the person that's supposed to be executed will get executed, and the king will be saved. So that had nothing to do with Israel, period. But yet they had that tradition. That was a tradition of men. So this ongoing cycle of traditions and these weird doctrines on earth has been going on for a long period of time. There's just one example out of many. All right, even the whole sect of the scribes and the Sadducees and the Pharisees, that doesn't go back to our people. That goes back in the Babylonians. But when the Lord came into the scene, he picked his elect out of that madness and was teaching them the right way. And people got to understand, when that time when the Lord came into the scene, there was a lot of things going on. All right, you had different sectors. You had the Daggermen, which were the Sicaries. Then you had what's the other one? The Zealots, so forth. And you had the Romans taking over. So there was a lot of madness that was going on. You fast forward to today, you have all these different camps. You got Jakes that's into Islam. You got Jake that's into a whole bunch of other things. So America's nothing but just this mixed bag of crazies in one thing. Oh, you know what? It's a good scripture. I believe it's. Let me just look it up. My head is not right yet. Pot. Let's see what it says. Nope, don't know. Use. It's Ezekiel. Is it the 20th chapter? Slakia. Yeah, Ezekiel 24. Ezekiel 24, and it says, the 6. Wherefore thus saith the Lord, woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein, whose scum is not gone out of it. Bring it out piece by piece, and let no lot fall upon it, for her blood is in the midst of her. She set it upon the top of the rock. And that's America, all right? Really was referring to Israel. Matter of fact, let me go up a little bit, because it really referred to Israel, but who's ruling Israel right now? Who's over you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? Esau. So the same mixed bags of nuts that our people became is the same thing as that happened back then is happening now. All right? Matter of fact, I gotta go back to Jeremiah, the 5th chapter, the 50th chapter, because it says something there too. Ezekiel 24 and 4 says, gather the pieces thereof into it, every good piece, the thigh, the shoulder, fill it with the choice bones. Take the choice of the flock, and burn also the bones under it, and make it boil well, and let them soothe the bones of it therein. So this, man, I gotta start at 3. Matter of fact, we start at 2. Son of man, write thee the name of the day, even the same day the king of Babylon set himself against Jerusalem this same day, and uttered a parable unto the rebellious house, saying unto them, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yashai, set on a pot, set it on, and also pour the water into it. Gather gather the pieces thereof into it, even every good piece, the thigh, the shoulder, fill it with the choice bones. Take the choice of the flock, and burn also the bones under it, and make it boil well, and let them soothe the bones of it therein. Wherefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, woe unto the bloody city. And is not America a bloody city? All right? Is not this place has been the bloodshed of the Gad, Reuben, Issachar, Judah, Benjamin, Levi? Didn't they slaughter the Lord's chosen people in this land? All right? According to Numbers, 35 and 36, or vice versa. That if anybody shed man's blood, by his blood, his should be shed to cleanse the land. So it's not America filthy, polluted. All right. It says, to the pot whose scum is therein, whose scum is not going out of it, because it has been building up. All right. Scum is the most nastiest thing in the bottom of your toilet. You know, when you hear, there's a terminology when people call somebody a scumbag, they trying to say that they're like the lowest of the low, even lower than shit. So everything here in America is the lowest of the low. That's why they keep certain traditions and do certain things. And simultaneously, as they were celebrating that God-forsaken holiday, then you had Satanists that went to I believe it was Colorado. I seen a video I sent to the brothers, and they had a demonic doll. It looked like a pure demon that was supposed to be like a baby Baphomet. All right, and it was pushing that vibration, and people was mad and upset, but this whole thing doesn't even go back to the Lord of the scriptures. So this place is that scum, that pot scum. All right, it's filthy, it's disgusting. It says, "Bring it out piece by piece, let no lot fall upon it, for her blood is in the midst of her. She set it upon the top of the rock." So, meaning the top of the governments, all these, which government means mountain, but the top of everything. All right. She poured it out upon the ground to cover it with dust. And that was a traditional way to throw dust on top of blood to to wipe it out. But it says, make it mighty, cause fury to come upon it, to take vengeance. I have set her blood upon the top of the rock, that it should not be covered. Therefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, woe to the bloody city. I will even make the pile for fire great. Heap on wood, kindle the fire, consume the flesh, spice it well, and let the bones be burned. And the precept to that is Isaiah 34th chapter. It talks about the Lord about to make a sacrifice up in Basra. All right, the choice meat, the rams, the lamb, the goats, the he goats, and so forth. Those are the people. So what we're seeing is the worst of all nations here in this land, following all matters of wickedness. All right. So the Lord is about to burn this place. Then set it empty upon the coals thereof, that the brass of it may be hot, and may burn it, that the filthiness of it may be molten in it, that the scum of it may be consumed. She hath worried herself with lies, and great scum went not forth out of her. Her scum shall be in the fire, and the filthiness is lewdness, because I have purged thee, that thou was not purged. Thou shalt not be purged from thy filthiness any more, till I have caused my fury to rest upon thee. So the Lord's not going to be satisfied until this place is destroyed. All right, which we could clearly see what's happening today. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end it off on this. Revelations 18:6. It says, I'm sorry, the fifth chapter, fifth verse. Revelations 18:5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High remembered her iniquities. So, what sins of America? One of the main sins is the tradition that they have, the traditions that they stole from other failed empires, and it kept it going. All right, they kept it going. These high holidays are demonic as all hell, and our job consistently is to tear down these strongholds. The Lord hasn't forgotten the shit that this place did, especially what it did unto his people. And the Lord is about to make his move. That's why the Lord is he remembered. And we've seen when the Lord remembers certain things, what he intends to do. Like I said, I'm walking outside, just walking the dog. Everybody's coughing. And we in that season where the flu, your common cold and so forth is happening. But with the vibration, the enchantments on television, and the people that's keeping that thing going, you have a lot of forces that's in between forces that we're not seeing. You can feel it in the air that things are happening. You can feel a sense of death. You can feel a sense of desperation and of you don't know what's going to happen. It's all over. All right, the shadows are manifesting themselves. What that means, shadows, it means shadow of death. It's manifesting itself. Last year alone, which is 2020, the world got familiar with that whole death scene. Okay, where certain neighborhoods, they were just like dead quiet, like nobody was outside, and there was mad ambulances and everything like that. You got that feeling, and trust and believe. This evening I was like, yo, something strange is going on. Like you could feel it. And today was today was a mandatory lose your job day. So there's a lot of things that's going on. A lot of things. All right. So something real quick through the spirit. I'll be brothers edify. Shalom to the elected nation Israel. Shalom.